Picture this. You've spent all week getting the boat ready, fuel topped off, ice in the cooler, lines coiled, weather window perfect. The sun's barely coming up as everyone steps aboard with their coffee, and then somebody pulls a banana out of their backpack. Suddenly, the whole mood changes. The captain at the helm stops talking. One crew member laughs nervously. Another says, "Nope, absolutely not." And before you know it, a perfectly good banana is flying off the stern into the harbor. Why? Why do otherwise rational sailors and fishermen completely lose their minds over fruit? Today we're talking about one of the strangest and longest lasting traditions in boating culture, the curse of bananas on boats. And the weird part, there might actually be a reason for it. The no bananas on boats superstition has been around for hundreds of years, especially in fishing communities. Even today, there are charter captains who will search your bag before leaving the dock just to make sure you didn't sneak one on board. And this isn't just some tiny local tradition either. From Hawaii to Florida, Alaska, to the Caribbean, commercial fishermen, sports fishermen, and old school sailors all seem to know the rule. No bananas. No banana bread, no banana muffins, no banana sunscreen. Some people won't even say the word aboard, which honestly makes it sound less like a superstition and more like an ancient maritime curse. But where did it come from? Well, there are a few theories, and unlike a lot of sailor legends, this one probably has roots in real events. Back in the 1700s and 1800s, banana cargo ships became extremely common in the Caribbean trade routes. These boats carried huge loads of bananas from tropical ports to North America and Europe. The problem is, bananas are fragile. They ripen fast, they spoil fast, and once they start going bad, they release ethylene gas, which speeds up ripening in everything around them. So imagine you're carrying other fruits, vegetables, or supplies in the same cargo hold. One shipment of bananas could ruin everything. Now combine that with the fact that early merchant sailing was already dangerous. Storms, disease, pirates, bad charts, shipwrecks. And suddenly sailors start noticing that boats carrying bananas seem to have terrible luck. Some never returned at all. Now obviously bananas weren't causing ships to sink, but sailors are human beings, and human beings are extremely good at connecting unrelated events into stories, especially when they're stuck at sea for months at a time. But the theories get even stranger. Banana shipments were also notorious for carrying unwanted passengers, spiders, venomous snakes, insects. When banana bunches were loaded straight from tropical plantations onto ships, dangerous animals sometimes hid inside them. There are stories of dock workers and sailors getting bitten unloading cargo. So imagine being an 1800 sailor already terrified of storms and disease, and now your food shipment contains a surprise jungle wildlife. That definitely doesn't help the banana reputation. Then, there's probably the biggest reason that superstition survived: fishing. Fast banana boats had one job: deliver fruit before it's spoiled. That meant these ships moved quickly and didn't stop to fish along the way. So fishermen aboard banana traders noticed something. They never caught fish. Over time, that slowly transformed into bananas scare fish away. And honestly, once fishermen believe something affects fishing luck, it becomes gospel forever. Fishermen are some of the most superstitious people on earth. And honestly, I kind of love that, because boating has always been part skill, part tradition, and part ritual. The ocean is unpredictable even today. You can have the best forecasts, modern electronics, satellite weather, AIS, radar, and a perfectly maintained engine, and the sea can still humble you instantly. So sailors developed rituals, little ways to feel like they had some control over uncontrollable things. That's where a lot of maritime traditions come from. Christening boats with champagne, never renaming a vessel without a ceremony, lucky hats, lucky hooks, coins under the mast, tattoo traditions from crossing oceans. And somewhere in there, bananas became the villain. Now personally, I think the funniest part is how serious some captains still are about it. You'll see a guy with $40,000 worth of electronics, redundant navigation systems, an EPIRB linked to satellites, real-time weather routing. But if you pull out some banana bread, trip canceled. I've genuinely heard stories of people getting blamed for bad fishing because they had banana chips hidden in their tackle bag. Imagine getting skunked offshore and somebody goes, "Wait, did anyone bring banana bread?" And suddenly it turns into a full criminal investigation. But here's the thing, superstitions like this are actually part of what makes boating culture so fun. They connect modern sailors to generations before them, because the ocean still has this strange ability to make people feel small. You can stand at the dock feeling completely confident, then get offshore in rough weather at 2 a.m. and suddenly understand exactly why sailors invented myths, rituals, and lucky charms. Out there, traditions matter, even silly ones. And honestly, every boat seems to have its own version. Some people refuse to whistle on board because it supposedly calls the wind. Some won't leave the dock on Fridays. Some think killing seabirds brings bad luck. Some swear certain hats, shoes, or phrases jinx a trip. Boating culture is full of these little inherited rules that nobody completely believes, but nobody wants to test either. Because what if? And that's how the banana curse survives. Not because people truly think a piece of fruit controls the ocean, but because boating has always carried a little mystery with it. And honestly, I hope it never loses that. So next time you head offshore, maybe check your bag first. Because if the fishing's terrible all day, you do not want the crew finding a banana at the bottom of your backpack.